So in this video, we're going to really look at and install one of the Detex EAX 500, or really 300 for that matter, exit devices, just like this one. But there's a few really important things that I think you should know. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I want to do things a little different here, and before we actually install this one, I want to take off this one and I want to be able to kind of show you what we're about ready to do. Once I do that, we're going to take this unit, we're going to install it right underneath it here. Well, because what's better than one? Two. No, actually, this is just a fake door and it doesn't matter. So we'll put one right here. But the first thing, let's take this off and take a look at it. So I'm gonna unscrew this top service key here and let's take a look. All right, so we have our unit right here. We got the battery in here. But most importantly is what we're going to be doing here is we're gonna be installing this mounting plate, and then we're gonna be installing this little magnet. Okay, now this is just a basic wood door, so I'm just gonna be using some basic wood screws, really nothing fancy. Of course, you wanna use the screws that you need to get the job done here. But there's really one important thing here that I wanna show you to make sure you don't make this mistake, all right? So let me put this back on. Okay, let me take these keys out here. Now I want you to take a look at this here. Okay, the gap on this particular type of door, I want to show you that when I open the door, look at the gap distance right there. Okay, see that little gap there? There's actually not a ton of room, and so it's really important when we get ready to install it. I just want you to keep this in mind, okay? Let's go ahead and let's close this door here, and I'm gonna take this other one that we're going to install, and I'm gonna unscrew the top piece here. I'm gonna get this bracket, all right? Now I have the bracket and I have this little kit here that came with it. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open it up, I'm gonna grab the little installation guide. That's pretty cool, which is this guy right here. Now the cool part is that if you look right here on this install bracket, they actually have these little indents perfectly made to put it on, right? So it sits on here, it's nice and firm, and it makes the install really easy. It's actually for both right hand and left hand doors. Doesn't matter, okay? I'm gonna use a black marker, so just to help you be able to see it a little better when I go to mark my holes here. But essentially is what we're going to be doing is we're gonna be marking the, I'm gonna mark these two holes here, okay? And then on the side, I'm gonna mark where the little magnet holes go. Okay, so we have our little unit here, and it looks like a little marker on myself here, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it where we want it, okay? Which is in this case, like the one I did up there, we're gonna put it here. Now, you can get a level if you want also once you start to mark the holes and make sure they're right. But we're gonna put it in here. Now, if you look, this door does have that little bit of slop in it here, you see that? Okay, so those are all things that you want to keep in mind, and you can see there's a little flex on this as well, okay? You don't need to get aggressive, okay? Just get it set up here, get it nice and straight, put a level on if you want. Let me see here, there we go. That's what I'm gonna do. Mark that, and I'm gonna mark these two little side pieces here. So we got our holes marked and it's time to drill. Now, since this is just it's a fake door, right? And I'm just gonna use just some basic wood screws. First thing I'm gonna do here is just make a couple pilots. All right, so now that we have our pilot holes drilled, where we're gonna install it in the door, we're not gonna take the bracket, put it on. Of course, it says top there, you wanna put it up top. All right, so we got the main mounting plate on here. It's looking good. Now, let's get the magnet put on. All right, now let's go ahead and install our magnet. All right, so we have the magnet put on, we have our mounting bracket put on, and we're just about there to put this unit on here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the battery out and we're gonna put it in. Now the one important thing when it comes to the battery, when you read the instructions, I know some of you don't like to, I can be guilty of that as well. All right, so it'll make a little beep when you get the battery installed, and according to the instructions, you wanna make sure you do is you actually put where the battery attaches, you put that in, like that. All right, so now that we have the magnet on, we have the mounting hardware, we have the battery installed, let's go ahead and put it on and test it out. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna put it on here, and then I'm just going to use it in using the cam lock that's on here, which is the service access. All right, so we got it there. Now let's open, let's make sure we're clear on the magnet, which we are. Now, by the way, if you make a mistake and you have to move it over, you can move it over. It's really not the end of the world. The thing is, of course, you want to put as few screws as possible in the door you're working on, right? So, but anyways, now that we got that done, let's go ahead and arm it. So we're gonna click over to on, we're gonna see that. And it's giving us a little bit of time to close the door if we needed to do, so wait for those lights to go out. All right, so it is ready to go. It's ready to make some noise if you open this door. And hey, what could possibly be more fun than making everybody in the building wonder what in the world is going on? Let's do it. Are you ready? All right, well, that's how you install it. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know what you think and any tips or tricks that you might have when it comes to installing one of these units in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Well, I guess this is the end of the video, and it's time for you and I to part ways until next time. But hey, before you go, I really do want to make sure that you know that when you comment on our videos and you include the hashtag Lockboss, you automatically get hooked up to win cool stuff that we give away live here on YouTube every Tuesday. So we'd love to have you join us. We'd love to have you comment, and I look forward to reading them soon.